No, the scores are not wrong. Lion Esports Club is up 2-1 after being down 1-0 just because State Green came from the winners bracket. So, in that perspective, I mean, Lion Esports Club, they won both games that they've actually played in this series. So obviously, a lot of momentum they're working off of. They're trying to, I still think yes, this would be an upset. Any team to beat State Green is always an upset at this point. So. But State Green, again, persevering. They know how to do it. They showed that last cycle. They've shown that many times before. Will they force the final game? We'll have to wait and find out. Beef, what do you think?
We're going to have to see here, man. Lions going for the three-peat in multiple respects, 3 games in a row. If they win this one right here, 3 State Green streaks broken. Broke one in SBHL finals back in March. They broke one a couple weeks ago. Broke a 6-month streak right there, and they're looking to break the 7-month streak of not losing a major tournament that they played in.
Yeah.
So they're trying to bring it home right now. We'll see. I mean, this has got to be a lot of nerves, a lot of pressure on Lions right now. They've looked gorgeous in games number 1 and 2. If they can bring it home here, this is the one that counts. They do not want to have to go into that game 5. That's what happened last time when it looked like everything was coming up Lions and they weren't able to clutch it.
Very true. Obviously, that was after really one game, though, to be fair. Again, that was when they were already up 1-0 coming from the winners bracket. Then they won that first game, and then, so they're up 2-0, but that still doesn't stand where, they were that close. They could taste it. 1 game away, but State Green's like, nope, we got this. They win the next 3, and they won the grand finals as a result. So, obviously, I'm sure that's even in the back of the minds of the Lions as well. They're like, we were kind of in this spot before. Let's not have the same result as last time. Let's win here instead. But hold it. Look at what's going on already. I mean, definitely some interesting things. Scout, Engineer, Devour, and Keeper were banned. So obviously they end up leaving open Prisoner. Swindelman's like, I can't pass it up. But yet, even though he did horrible last game, he's just still a very strong hero. They first pick it. Wretched Hag response from Lions. So that's what they end up first picking themselves.
Yeah, it kind of comes down to just Lions are still one of the only teams on the scene right now that actually like to play Wretched Hag consistently, and they know that it will be banned out in the second phase. Picking it first here, just because she can go into any of the lanes, gives away absolutely nothing. Yeah. It's like picking a Master of Arms in that first position, which, I mean, that could very well be here that they choose to pick up here in just a second. But Prisoner and then Lodestone coming out on the other side. I like that choice coming out of State Green. They chose not to go with it and then banned it in the second phase last time. But Lodestone's definitely somebody that can do very well against a Wretched Hag in the short lane. So I don't think this is going to be a short lane Hag. Maybe looking at a Corrupted Disciple here in just a second. Ophelia and Tempest coming out for the double jungles.
Yeah, both teams get in their jungle of choice. Again, the ban of Keeper, the force from Lions, clearly making a point that they just don't like playing against that hero, even valuing it over the Prisoner. So, but yeah, we sure enough see the Tempest. So yeah, you're thinking maybe Corrupted. What I'm very curious to see, no matter what this pick is it's third time. I don't know. It's one thing to say, okay, don't ban Ravener after that first game. We see it all the time where randomly a hero pops up and Rampage and just whatever. They pop up, they do good, the Chronos, but then all of a sudden, we never see them again. So that's exactly. That's what I was gonna say. If you're Lions here, do you think that that's possibly a case now, and do you value that hero that much? Clearly they do. They're like, what, this guy was a big part in our first 2 victories. We want to make sure we get him now in this third game. So they do go the Ravener in the end. This means if you're State Green here, you're probably banning up the ideal supports. That's what I would think, but.
Yeah, I mean, well, both teams need some supports right here. State Green probably going to look to ban some of them and then get their first selection out of this next hero pool. But, I mean, I like the Ravener pick one more time. He's proven that he can do well in that middle lane, and he's also somebody that should be able to take down Lodestone if he were to 1v1 in the short lane. So we'll see just how Lions choose to run it. I would not put it past them to actually move him from that middle lane and try to take advantage of the precognition here of State Green, but we'll have to see. He definitely dominated the middle lane in those first 2 games. Jeremiah band coming out here from Stay Green. Man, they are really shaken up by these first couple of games.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, again, I can kind of see Jeremiah, honestly, he's just a great hero. He can play that suicide role in most cases, and it's shaping up like, probably would have a decent matchup here anyway. So, yeah, we just don't want to give that chance. We're just going to ban it out here. Not want to do it. They also banned Pyromancer and Rally. It looks like Dampier and Corrupted being banned by Lions, and now they need to figure out what their final ban is going to be, but taking out a couple carry options.
Swindle did not ban out Pebbles. And this is really interesting to me because I think Lions, they're going to be almost pushed into taking this Pebbles pick right here, throwing a Pebbles with snacked regen into the short lane, allowing Ravener plus support to hang out mid, and then Wretched Hag in the suicide lane, something that Lions has shown they're very comfortable with.
Yeah.
I think that could be an extremely strong lineup here, and especially if Stay Green goes for this support pick right now. Pyromancer already banned out. I expect this to be a torture, whether they pick this fourth or fifth right now, but that Pebbles, he's definitely what I've got my eye on. Ooh, MOA. Interesting.
Yeah, again, I was thinking that they were going to be maybe support, but yeah, both teams needed the supports in the end, so they picked their supporter choice really with Master of Arms. Now you look back at Lion Esports Club here. What are they going to go with? They go with Glacius. All right, as far as they're concerned. So liking the Glacius choice here. I believe they ran it at least the first game. I don't think it was the second game, but ran it the first game. Going to go back to it here. Now the final pick coming out for Stay Green. So, I mean, looking at their lineup, you figure they still need that short laner. And obviously, with the Predator corrupted Dampier bans, the Lions is aware of that too. So, now they were right-clicking like a Zephyr here, but
they could still go with the Torture right here and then put Master of Arms as the carry. I mean, they've done something like that in the past, and Master of Arms does do relatively well against gank-oriented lineups like Lions likes to run with both the charge shot, the point-blank stun right there. You got a lot of damage that you're able to put out yourself. And, of course, both instances of the Master's Call. There's the Torture, so it is going to be the short lane Master of Arms. Lineup is pretty plain and simple here for Stay Green. Likely going to be putting Torture and Prisoner in the middle lane. Tempest going to hold down the jungle. Lodestone going to be hitting the suicide lane. And then you're going to have Master of Arms in short lane. So with that Lodestone in the suicide, you do not want to put Wretched Hag in that suicide lane. You need something in that short lane that's going to be able to contend. I'm still leaning back to this Pebbles. Stack him the regen. He can fight that Lodestone all day.
I'm not so certain that I think it's going to be a carry Torturer. I think it's going to be a carry Torturer here with Master of Arms and the support. Mainly because Torturer is more of a, if you want to play in the carry role especially, he can be, more of that earlier game enforcer where Master of Arms needs more time to build up, get the items and whatnot. Torture is more, get that early Grimoire even, and you're pushing towers with your team and whatnot. You're playing very, very aggressive. And Master of Arms, I think also in the support role, the physical damage presence from Prisoner, they want that goo down for that sake. He has a single target stun for when they get pulled in, so I'm thinking, I think it is going to be
certainly possible.
Carry.
It could be either way right here. Chessie definitely plays both of these, as does Z-Freak, and very interchangeable.
Yeah.
Lions taking their time right here. I do not expect this to be a ranged hero. Whatever it is, I expect this to be a melee hero. That's pretty much all I can say.
You were talking, you think it's
right
going to be the short lane.
I think it's going to be a short lane. There it is.
Well, there's a melee
Kraken
hero.
comes out. I love it. I absolutely love it. A big tanky hero with a ton of HP that's not going to die to Lodestone. Something that can really work with like a life tube early on, going towards the Helm of the Black Legion, and something that's going to be able to crush Lodestone in the short lane. I absolutely love it.
You know what makes it great too? He's using
it's
the
a
narwhal.
Kraken?
He's using the narwhal. Yes, it is a Kraken. Is also a very amazing thing. Obviously, a huge
That's
Kraken
what makes
fan,
it great in my opinion, Breaky.
He's going to release the Kraken all over. Yeah, no, this is amazing. I mean, Lion Esports Club. I guess it's kind of amazing scene, but at the same time, it's like teams have tried so long to defeat Stay Green to these big turns. You're talking about the streaks and everything that are on the line, and it seems like they ultimately just go to try to beat them at their own game, or maybe try to just outplay them with the same lineups we see all the time. But Lions is like, no, we're going to do our own thing, something completely unique here, and do it that way. So. We'll see now if it works with the Kraken pickup this time around as it comes out.
We will have to see. Breaky, am I coming through all right to you? You're breaking up robotic for me.
I am getting a little bit of lag, I believe, on my side. So I think that is on my side, to be honest. It looks like it might be good now. I don't know if I'm still robotic for you, but.
Yeah, you definitely sound better.
Okay.
Looks like Lion's going to ask for a remake right here. No reason going to be put up just yet, but we will go into that remake.
Interesting.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully that gives a second for your lag to settle down then. And, I mean, these lanes are going to be very interesting. I definitely expected that Kraken to go ahead and make his way up into that short lane, going up against Lodestone. And then on the other side of things, you're going to have either that Torture or the Master of Arms. I didn't catch who readied up on the on which right there. But in either case, I mean, Wretched Hag should have a pretty okay time down there. And then that middle lane is going to be very interesting. That's what it's going to come down to. Glacius, Ravener versus either Master of Arms Torture plus the Prisoner. And I would definitely say that I think that Lions is going to have a little bit of a laning advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of Kraken, too, obviously he's definitely brings a lot of damage presence, even as the game picks up. That's why I always thought he's definitely just a very sound hero in the end. His ultimate can cause some issues, so... And it's almost going to be, I guess I don't want to say that. I was thinking like maybe with the Prisoner pull in, how, that pulls him into a good spot to release the Kraken. So, and obviously with the Tsunami Charge, he has a great way to get away from it. So, hey, it could be seen as a decent hero. I guess if, I would assume if he was shackled, though, he cannot Tsunami Charge away. Again, that's one of those age-old questions of mechanics that's not 100% sure.
We need a stat specialist and we need a mechanic specialist.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we can make them into the same person. Maybe
Game is up, by the way. I think we're waiting on you to get in here.
Oh, I am sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
I forgot. That'd be great. Pandaroo could be a stat specialist, mechanic specialist, and a costume designer. Great.
There you go.
You need more costumes, Breaky.
Yeah.
The Panda Head was great, but you need to keep it going.
Yeah. Pandaroo, that guy is all the plushies. Dude, he actually just got a Kongor plushie.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter.
I believe, they posted a picture of it. That's pretty badass.
It's nice.
So. All right, so once one of us, is this an all pick game? They didn't make it all pick. Okay, so obviously, all right, let's jump back in here to the game itself. There we go. So,
huzzah!
Thank God for the.
And so it is going to be the carry torture. You were right there, Breaky.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, Chesty playing.
I liked your reasoning as well. So
yeah, you can definitely see it for both ways, but. Felt leaning more towards
yeah. I mean, once I sat down and thought about it, your way definitely made some more sense right there. I just didn't really think about it very well. So it happens, Breaky. Sometimes you forget.
You gotta just realize that
I don't know
everything.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just sitting here. I'm like all cozied up, man. I got my beanie on. I got my Snuggie. I'm just feeling nice and warm, casting some HoN. It's just a great day, Breaky. Every day is a great day when you get to cast some HoN.
It is. And, obviously, this was a little bit of a surprise. Of course, planning to cast it yesterday, and then it was kind of a mix of like, well, crap, it's getting postponed. That sucks. But I had fun on my own stream anyways. But, this also made today just that much better. Today was just going to be a podcast and maybe not much else. But, hey, we got a podcast in the grand finals. Great grand finals at that, as it's turning out to be. So, definitely having a lot of fun here. And again, cycle number 3 is one of the best cycles. I think you can say the best cycle we've ever had in HoN Tour Season 1 or 2. And now here we are in cycle 4. Again, just another great finish. I'm not going to say it was better than cycle 3, but that'd be saying a lot. So, but cycle 4's had a great finish, and it's just the HoN scene really ultimately as well. It's just been doing a lot better, I think it's safe to say. So, making things great, man.
I agree.
First game, we do not have any engagements going on. But this time Lions is like, we're not going to go for it. We're not going to live life on the edge this time around. Instead, we're going to play somewhat passive, protect our jungle, and that's exactly what happened. So, of course, the Suicide Hag, as you were mentioning. We got Kraken in that short lane to match up against that Lodestone. Yeah, Kraken, by all means, I mean, he could play the Suicide role himself. But, yeah, it just seems like the matchups, hero to hero, probably are just better this way. And also get the earlier farm on Kraken for Fuzi here. And again, you get the early Elder Parasite perhaps. We'll see where he goes, but he is a pretty big damage threat in that physical sense as far as this game picking up. So
he definitely is, but God, I love these lineups, Breaky. Like, yeah. Lions is just constantly one of these teams that just does not pick standard.
Yeah.
And it's great. They're innovators between Berserker and Devour, and I think they were one of the first teams to try out Prisoner, Ravener here. They're going back to Kraken. Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, they like this Ravener Glacius combo. Again, last game I believe they had Ravener Engineer, of course, for obvious reasons. But if they can't get Engineer, it seems like they do value that Glacius as far as a follow-up. And, when you factor in the Ball Lightning initiation and then the freeze on top of that coming out from Glacius, it's just definitely a great follow-up. So kind of makes sense as to maybe why they like the Glacius support here to go with the Ravener. But last game I also criticized definitely with the prisoner. I mean, someone didn't say himself, I'm sure. He did not have a great game, and whether that's just because it's just better play from Lions or whatever the reasons were, those hooks didn't result in any kills, I don't think, at least in the earlier on stage. In fact, they backfired a couple times. So you kind of wonder if that's going to maybe prevent him from maybe spamming the hooks as much this game, too. Granted, he did have an M4 last game, so that did help in that sense where gets a constantly mana fed, but they're gonna go for Glacius right here. Charge shot. Do they have the damage? Follow-up is the question. It doesn't look like. Oh my god, they might actually. Yes, the fork lightning hits, and down goes Glacius. So that was being set up for a little bit right there, and the brothers make it work.
That it certainly did, and that kind of shows you that this lineup still can do things with this prisoner. You just got to be a little bit more careful. In that case, Seal Kid getting a little out of position, and he pays the price. He pays the ultimate price for it right there.
Yeah.
This is now going to be a really good situation for Prisoner, who's got his bottle on the way. And yeah, man, there's not going to be a whole lot more that Lions can do here unless they're able to catch SG out of position and a straight 2v2 in the middle lane. Prisoner is pretty much just going to have that small advantage. Although now Prisoner is a little bit out of position, might try to turn this one around. Still going for that regen. He's just like, I will walk through this.
Yeah, and actually has a hook here. If he gets maybe Glacius, no, not going to go for it. And in the end, they will be fine. But yeah, about that bloodlust too. I mean, that was usually we're used to seeing the hook first and then the stun to follow. That was just Z-Freak just walked up to Glacius like, I'm going to stun you, and set up a very easy hook for Prisoner. So, well, there you go. They don't stagger it right there, and that could backfire in the end. You didn't see the point. The shackles were on, but it's not going to matter. So, yeah, I think that miscommunication, which is rare between the Swinnemelons and Z-Freak right there, being brothers after all, but they don't stagger the stuns, and I think that's the main reason why Ravener got away right there. So, a little bit of a misplay.
Brothers Friedman making a rare mistake there as Ravener gets his bottle delivered now. So they're kind of back to being a little bit more even in this middle lane as a result, and Ravener even going to get some free CS here. So he's back to actually being in a pretty comfortable spot. But taking a look at these other lanes, I expected Kraken to be doing very well up top. He was stacked +1 regen there, and he's currently sitting on 16-1 as opposed to 11-5.
Yeah.
Lodestone does have his nice early bottle. There's the life tube. That's what I wanted to see. Middle lane, though, one more time.
Here we go. They're going to try to go into Prisoner right here, and guess what? Who's not here? Z-Freak is not here in the meantime. Can they finish this up? No, they cannot. Prisoner is going to be fine as he does get away. So yeah, Master of Arms wasn't there. He was back at base, but sure enough, Swinna Mountains is able to survive this one. And actually, he's going to go for the bottom rune right here. So he's going to give a little bit of farm to Master. While that's just kind of a different what we're used to seeing. But Prisoner's the one going for the rune in this case. And we'll see if he gets a big rune here or not. But 1 second. It's going to be an invis rune. So actually, there is vision, decent, though, that spotted that. Picked up.
And he does activate it, go towards the bottom lane. So going to fall back immediately. He's going to head back middle. And I don't like that decision for Prisoner to actually be the one to activate it. I would have preferred to have seen Master of Arms get donated that.
True. Because
right now, Prisoner's not going to be able to CS, and he's not exactly here that can just like walk up and hook some. Well, I mean, I guess he is, but I don't really think he's going to do much with this. So Swindle missing out on a ton of CS now. He's still sitting on 11.
That's true. It really does. It's kind of interesting what they were thinking here with that decision. We do see a little bit of pressure on the other lanes, though. Bottom lane, Torture. The Suicide Wretched Hag is chasing right here. Does not have enough mana for the Sono Scream, though. Needed 140, only at 105. Yep. And it looks like Torture is going to be fine in the long run, but applying a lot of good pressure right there. But again, Sonomel's still invis. Will they find it here? They're charging in. Fork Lightning, going to miss. They really want to force the issue. But you can tell Lion's playing a little too smart. Oh, he gets the pull on a Glacius, but by then, the follow-up is not nearly enough. In fact, this could backfire. Z-Freak's in trouble. The freeze comes out. Z-Freak's going to end falling. However, Glacius in trouble. The final auto attack, yes. So at least they made it a 1-for-1, maybe a 2-for-1. Tempest Ultimate is ready. Will he use it? No, he doesn't have mana for it, actually. The stun put him out of mana range, and Ravener is going to live. So at least they got the 1-for-1, but well countered initially by the Ravener Glacius there.
Yep.
Able
to get that kill, capitalizing on the wasted spells there from the Stay Green boys. I'm taking a look up top again. Kraken and Lodestone still going at it. Unfortunately, Fuzi is missing a lot of CS, which is not ideal by any means, especially with the Hatchet and the Splash. I mean, there's not really too much excuse for missing those CS, but currently sitting on 31, just barely above Lodestone. Does have the boots as well as the life tube now. So did opt to go that route. And Lodestone going back to town. So Fuzi's going to have to call this out to his team and say, hey, he's going back to town. If he's not disconnected right here, this means he's going to gank a lane.
Yeah. We'll see when and if that happens here as Limp heading back to base right now. So bottom lane, speaking of ganks, Wretched Hag might be in some trouble. Master of Arms puts a ward of sight down. Pretty aggressive one right there. Get some good vision into the lane. But in the end, he's going to roam back towards the middle. Speaking of middle, Limp is here. Limp is ready. Has that Shatterstorm. Can they get the pull in is the question. Ravener, no, they cannot. Nice little sidestep there from Super KGE, and it prevents that from happening.
That's a really odd setup for me. Master of Arms was not in the lane, and Limp chose to go into the middle lane where it was going to be a 2v2, and they were going to be completely reliant on that hook. So he's now wasted about a minute and a half, given a ton of farm to Kraken, allowed him to even do a little bit of damage up there. If you're going to go for the gank, you need to make sure that you're maximizing your efficacy with that gank, and that means having your players there. Master of Arms not there seemed like an odd decision to me. Wretched Hag in some trouble bottom.
Yeah, there's the Elemental Void. This should be an easy killer. Willick, she has Blink. Will they stun this in time? No, she blinks away. And the Ophelia's touch, I don't even know if the Ophelia's touch is necessary, to be honest. I mean, obviously a good use of it to make sure she stays alive, but even without it, I think she would have lived. So that goes to show you, I mean that's always a big ultimate cooldown used right there for no kills. That's a big no-no. In the meantime, Prisoner pulls and Ravener. Prison Break is applied. Nice stun with the pole line, though he gets pulled back in, though, with the Prison Break. And good poured in from Limp. So that time is definitely better execution. And they make it work. Wretched Hag blinking away before Torture finds her, by the way. So a good kill in the middle lane on a Ravener. Top push, though, coming from Lions.
Yeah, I mean, you say good port in right there. It's, I don't know. I think they would have gotten the kill in either case. He ports to secure the kill. Going to take a little bit of damage on his tower now. Gave a little bit more free farm to Kraken, but Ophelia doesn't want to commit to this one, feeling a little bit too scared from the lodestone. So in either case, yeah, I mean, Limp able to make it back up top before irreparable damage is done.
Yeah.
And so Stay Green actually sitting in a pretty decent position right now, but they're getting to the point now with a level 7 Ophelia, level 7 Kraken, 7 Hag, and soon to be 7 Ravener. This is when I expect Lions to start grouping up here, probably in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, the pace of this game could definitely start picking up. Prisoner hook attempt right there, but again, a good little sidestep from Super KG. He knows what he's doing against hook heroes, plays them all the time, so pretty good at expecting them to come. So able to avoid that one once again right there. You see Shackle's going to come up, but actually ball lightning initiation. Glacius wasn't really in range, though, for the Ice Imprisonment. I don't know if he's going for a kill 100%, but just really harassing in the process. You mentioned Kraken. He's actually level 8 right now. I kind of wonder, I mean, I guess at this point, with the Steam Boots, he's probably going to finish that Helm of the Black Legion here. But, I mean, I wonder if that is the best choice. I mean, the Elder Parasite with that change and everything, it helps with the bulking up. Master of Arms, by the way, he's being chased back. He'll be fine. You could argue maybe that's the better choice in the end, but he is going to be going the Helm here most likely. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, Helm or Elder?
I think that the Helm of the Black Legion is always going to be something that's effective on Kraken. The way that he's going to be played is he's going to be up in the front lines with the Ophelia minions as they kind of want to put some pressure on Lodestone, but Lodestone plates are strong. The Soul's Bulwark, it needs to come out, but I think that the Helm of the Black Legion first is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They are really trying to zone out this Lodestone, just like walking there. He's like, get off me, bro. Get off me. He's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Like, I don't know what even's going on over there.
Really
just two big dudes.
Yeah, that would just, brothers right there in arms, I guess. No, but they are trying to box him out. Meanwhile, actually, the flank coming in from Ravener. Lodestone in trouble. He just used this Rocket Gel Tsunami charge in and the splash auto attack to get the kill. Super KG actually getting credit for the kill. Affiliate's touch going to be used right there. I don't know if that actually was to save anybody or more so just to heal up for the team, but you see Ophelia's currently at half life, and actually they will also find Prisoner now. Kraken coming over. Doesn't have mana for the release of Kraken, though. That could be the big difference maker, or will it? Ravener and Ophelia coming to cut out bottom lane. Chessie goes down, by the way, and Swindle Mountains will also fall right there. So Jonas and Fan managing to get a solo kill against Torture as they also take out Prisoner, and the double stack Ancients on top of that are also going to be stolen. That's a lot of momentum.
That is a ton of momentum, and that comes down to Swindlemelons wanting to check the 10-minute rune up top, didn't think about where the opposing team was, and gets caught out of position. Plus, Jonas and Fan just going big in the bottom lane. I remember interviewing Nova about 6 or 8 months ago now about his team, and he just kind of said, Jonas is the playmaker of the team. He's the guy that keeps everybody like really motivated, keeps them happy, and then he does his thing in the suicide lanes, and every once in a while, he'll just overplay and like get 2 kills on a 1v2 lane. That's a situation, but Middle lane, Ravender in some trouble. Trying to turn it around with the ball lightning. Ravender will go down. So, praise Lions, and then I curse them, I guess.
Well, the thing with that, though, I almost want to say that kind of, not that it would have lived in the end, but the ball lightning, you want to stun them to try to help you get away, but they actually put him back into the acid on top of them right there, and, it really he wasn't really getting away from that. Again, I don't think he would have gotten away anyways, but, just looking at that ball lightning ability, you do got to be a little careful sometimes. Like, you want to use it to stun them to get away, but at times it's just best to just simply run.
I think the prison break was going to pull him back in anyway, though.
Oh, was that applied? Okay, yeah. If that was applied, then yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I guess I didn't know it's a prison break, so. Yeah, on cooldown, so yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense then. Bottom tower being pressured in the meantime by Tempest and Torturer. You see Torturer here with a regen rune, actually, but ball lightning, it is going to connect. There's initiation. Stormblade's coming in right there. Defensive Master's Call going to be used, though, and Tempest also helping to box him out, so no follow-up, but they do protect the bottom tower for now.
Yeah, would have been a kill if the minions had not been wailing on Wretched Hag. So really good control of minions coming in from Minuts right there, doing enough damage to thwart her from being able to blink in with a Sonar Scream. And they will lose the tower now, but Lions going for a rotation of their own. They take a tower in the top lane, and they're going to maybe try to set up a kill middle.
Yeah, pretty much at the same time right there. And speaking of the middle, there we go. The initiation, ball lightning, freeze coming out on top, Prisoner in trouble. Here comes Wretched Hag, Sonar Scream. Super KGE gets credit for the kill, so just collapsing on a solo Prisoner, gets the kill. Top lane, they're adjusting to the middle now. They want to push another tower. Meanwhile, the bottom lane still being pushed in, though. Tempest and Torture are here. Will they continue? No, actually. They're going to start porting back right here. Prisoner still dead for 17 seconds. And yeah, they try to catch
Lodestone.
Release the Kraken. Oh, well, that's right on top. What a placement right there. But Fuzi running away with the Shadow Storm. He goes back in, and Limpet's going to fall. Beautiful placement by Fuzi right there. With that ultimate, gets the guaranteed kill, and now they're going to collapse to the middle tower, I'm sure.
Release the Fuzi, man. Yeah, they're going to collapse on that middle tower, and they will go ahead and bring home this tower kill. Although there's a TP coming into second tier, Prisoner might try to set up a hook. He's got no support coming whatsoever. He's got a couple players there in the bottom lane, so Lion's going to go ahead and expand on this lead once more up to a little over 3,000 gold. But, oh, they're turning this one around.
Well, that's one of those cases of it was bad to pull in right there. Ophelia does get taken on the process, so at least it is a 1-for-1, but still the easy tower kill. Kraken is still chasing. He is beefy, man. They cannot do much damage to take him out. But in the end, he's going to turn around. But actually, an Elemental Void is coming. Tempest, there's the ball lightning, though, and holy crap. Tempest just melts right there. You see the shield being put on by Ravner with that electrical feedback. And now Kraken, though, he is being locked down. Will they have the damage output? You see he's doing some return damage. The Tsunami Charge, it does stun Torture. The splash is applied. Looking to finish him off. No, he's going to turn around, realizing it might not be enough. Glacius down in a bad spot. And Glacius will fall. But here comes Ravner. He has the ball lightning up in 9 seconds. Doesn't need it. Stormblades are more than enough. Gets the easy kill. Lowstone wants a counter kill. There's the Rocket Drill head smash, and Ravner does fall. So, wow, after all of that, I mean, no buybacks happen. Looking at that real quickly, but I don't even know who came out on top. I guess Lions in the end, but crazy.
I would actually say that Stay Green reclaimed some of the momentum right there. Lions, they might get a kill on the Master of Arms here, and that would push things their way a little bit. But that was a case of bad targeting out of Lions.
Yeah.
Ravner, unfortunately, tried to keep going for Master of Arms, who was pretty much gone at that point, missed his ball lightning, and then that left the Prisoner to actually just go get some cleanup kills. The Prisoner and Torture, they probably could have gotten both of those and gotten away, but chose some bad targets. And here's Master of Arms gonna die. Wretched Hag being patient.
Yeah, it's just one of those cases of a support player. You're like, oh, okay, let's see. Looking at the mini map. Oh, look at that, I'm dead. Never mind. I'll just wait to resurrect now.
And I got to point out one more thing. With the patience right there, they not only assured the kill, assured that they were going to get out clean, they also watched him place a Ward of Sight, which is great. It got countered immediately, so Lions comes out way ahead in that kind of trade. So really well done, and well, they're still in a good position in this game.
And Super KG really sticking to the same build. All 3 games now, he gets the initial Ice Brand. I don't even know if last game he got the portal. I think it just ended before he could get the portal key. But, just like that game 1, we saw the Ice Brand into the portal key. We never got to see that true Frozen Light come out, so he did go the Shrunken Head, I believe, even before that. We do see initiation, though. Speaking of Ravner, they take out Torture. The response can it be in time? Can he dodge the hook right here? There's the Rocket Drill. Prison Break being used. He's not even going to use the hook just yet. You see the electrical feedback tanking up for Ravner. There's the pull, and then it does dodge by Ravner. Wretched Hag blinks away, and nice stun as well. Will he go back in? Yes, he will. As soon as the Shadow Storm goes off, that's what helps make that ability so great. Tempest, though, is here. He still has an Elemental Void. Super KG realizing he cannot go in much further, and he falls back. The hook attempt going to miss. Beautiful plays coming out right there by Lions especially. And the top tower being pushed by Kraken and Ophelia while this is all happening.
I thought they were going to get that kill there on the Lodestone, but they're going to try to turn this one around on a prisoner, actually. Ball Lightning Stun does come out. Glacius out of spells, and Ravener not going to go ahead and dive the tower. But as you'd mentioned, that top tower is going to be pushed in by Lions. Gold lead up to 7K right now, Breaky. Just 16 minutes into this game, as they're going to jet on out of the bottom lane and, I guess, continue pushing a base. Sure, why not?
Lions, if there is a major critique of them in the past, it seems like they sometimes pick some fights that they shouldn't, sometimes dive a little too far. In the bottom lane, Wretched Hag, you could tell she wanted to go in right there. She had a haste streak. She wanted to try to finish our prisoner, but she made the correct decision. She blinked away instead as there was a TP coming in. And again, her team, or his team in this case, whatever, the team of Lions was just, they were still gaining resources on State Green, of course, pushing the top lane in the meantime. So just smart plays like that from Lion Esports Club are why they're already up 2-1 now, and trying their best to just, knock out State Green and take home Cycle 4 champions right here. So they're going to try to steal some triple stack Ancients, and actually they might get all of them at this rate. Vulture Lord is here assisting. Yeah, they're going to get all of them.
Vulture Lord #1.
Yeah, that's going to be all the Ancients stolen. That's big.
Vulture Lord being a playmaker right now for the Lions Esports Club team, and well, they clean up those Ancients, so going to go ahead and extend that lead even more. And most importantly, they're going to remove the Ancients, which were possibly an opportunity for State Green to get back in, trying to get some of that farm going once again. But, I mean, just looking at the GPM tab here, it's pretty abysmal on the side of State Green. Chessie, the only one above 300 gold per minute. And what does he have to show for it? Yeah. He's got a lot of build-up. He's got steam boots and a push stick. Well, how are you going to be able to deal with this Kraken, with the Shrunken, or excuse me, Helm of the Black Legion and the Soulless Bulwark, the Wretched Hag that's going to have a light brand here in just a second, that's already got Shield of the 5 towards a Sackstone, Ice brand, Portal Key going to be coming out here on Ravener. There are huge items coming out on Lions because of these kills and the towers, and State Green doesn't have the appropriate response yet.
Well, it is kind of interesting. It's actually, I like Wretched Hag. She's going for the Sacrificial Stone as well, and that's definitely a solid pickup in this game, so yeah, very smart there. The tablet pickup on Torture, it's an interesting spot because we're used to seeing that from State Green especially. They value those team fight items and grouping up and pushing as a team, but I almost want to say they might have been better off shooting more farm. But yeah, speaking of Torture, should be locked up. Release the Kraken, hits the tablet on a Prisoner right there, but Bat Blast connects on both. Down goes Prisoner right there. Torture is probably going to end up falling. Gets the deep of the Master's Call, barely seen alive for now. Kraken Tsunami charge in onto Lozone after the Shadow Storm. Down goes Torture. There's the Tempest Ultimate, but guess what? No one is here for follow-up, and now My Nuts is going to fall as a result of that as well. They only lose Wretched Hag, and guess who wasn't there? A double damage Ravener pushing the bottom lane. That's when you know you're in a pretty bad spot if you're State Green. The Ravener with double damage was just pushing another lane, and you lost that fight still.
Yeah, that was not pretty at all for State Green. There was a really nice push out of Torture, able to get them out of the ultimate, but out of the frying pan into the fire as a Bat Blast comes in, annihilating the first two members of State Green. Kongor now going to be picked up here by Kraken, and Token probably going to be going to Wretched Hag as she's going to be joining the party here momentarily. Yeah. And there's plenty of vision here for Lions. They know they're 100% safe to take this. Stay Green, their vision has been minimized. I wouldn't be surprised to see either a puzzle box picked up next on Kraken. That would be kind of interesting, but I feel like they could use the map control, or more likely a Bound Eye going to be coming out relatively soon because Lions need to keep the aggression up, and that means they need to secure this map control.
Yeah. As you said, it looks like, okay, so yeah, token actually on Wretched Hag right here, so they'll be able to use that. The Portal Key going to be coming on Ravener. Actually going to be ported back to base right here, so some good teamwork coming out. And the Abyssal Skull actually just finished by Ophelia, so has the Astrolabe bring us Source here. That's where she's going next, the Abyssal Skull. Again, you look at this Legion team, definitely a good amount of physical threat compared to the Magic, so you could say Barry Otto maybe as well, but yeah, I like the choice again for the Abyssal Skull. At this point, they're still probably, you can argue, much more physical threat, honestly. I mean, Torture, again, he doesn't have a Grimoire. He's level 13, which is solid, just about maxed out on all his abilities here, and the Torment on the top of that. But, yeah, I definitely like that Abyssal Skull pickup, mainly because you also have Kraken and Ravener, two melee heroes on top of that. So, middle lane, you see some illusions kind of scouting things out right here. But with this token, be patient, as you're saying. 6 minutes remaining on it still. Wait for the right opportunity. Wait a little bit longer, get those next tier of items, and then look to maybe push in, or hell, just keep going. Go for the
momentum. Just kill Tempest.
Or just kill Tempest. That works too. My Nuts is going to probably fall here. Wow, he's actually, oh my god, Demon the Master's Call. Is he actually going to live through this? He has the support. No way.
There's no way, but he might set up a counter kill as Ravener is going to get stunned and hooked. But Bathos coming in right here. They're going hard, Breaky. Ravener getting really low and will get taken out by the Shatter Storm. Glacius with the big ultimate trying to turn this around. They're still going.
Yeah, Kraken coming back in. The splash to finish off. I believe that was Prisoner right there. Master Bronze falls the rocket drill away from Lodestone, so it looked good initially for Stay Green, but it looks much worse now that the fight is over. The buyback from Tempest basically does nothing right there. No Elemental Void for 30 seconds. Demonic Breastplate just purchased in full by Kraken right there, not even in full, but he has it now coming along as well. He's going to dive, and they take out Tempest, and Lion Esports Club is trying to make it happen. They're trying to finish off this series right here. Prisoner goes down. I don't know, man, if Stay Green is going to hold on. I mean, I don't think that I can't see them lasting longer. That's a genocide at 22 minutes in now. The leads are just insurmountable. Is this going to be it?
Probably be a Rax as well. The buybacks there on Swindlemons and Minuts with no buybacks from Limp and Z-Freak, even though they had the token. I mean, Stay Green's, they've fallen apart. Like, this game is essentially over for them. They're still trying to defend this, but they're gonna finally go in right here. There's the late buyback on Limp, and I guess they're gonna get these kills.
Wow. Torture did a lot of damage right there, but yeah, you see the end result. The heroes that are still up for 4 lines right here is denied even, it doesn't matter. And now Kraken, Demonic Breastplate delivered in full. You see Glacius also falling back. Kraken's not even falling back though. Ravener is now back, ready to play. And they're going to look to see if they get somebody to overextend, but it's not going to happen. So Stay Green clearly making a statement themselves that they are not going to give in. They're going to try to persevere and somehow come back in this game. And, you know, it's good to see, it honestly is. But Lion Esports Club, they just got so many things going for them right now. We'll see if Stay Green has it up their sleeve. You know, a big Tempest Ultimate could definitely do a lot right here, but that's a lot easier said than done. So
it sure is. And I mean, I just want to go back to those buybacks right there one more time. I mean, that is not something that you see out of Stay Green. If they're going to buy back, they're going to buy back enough players to take a fight. In that case, they buy back Swindlemons and Minuts, and they still had 2 more available there on Z-Freak and Limp, and they didn't use them. That's a sign that their communication is broken down. Their central leadership is not doing what needed to happen because they're wasting resources, and that is not something Stay Green does.
Yeah.
I think they're all but out of this game right here, Breaky. They're just essentially waiting to type those 2 little letters.
Glacius coming in. There's the initiation from Ravener. He gets pulled in, but Master Bronze going to end up falling. Ravener in the midst of it. Tempest Ultimate going to be stopped immediately, though. The release, the Kraken comes out, and here we go with the follow-up. Redcheck Pathos on the center screen coming out. Kraken goes down. Prisoner goes down. They're going down left and right on either side. Ravener dead in the midst of it, but now the chase continues. Torture locked in on the Hack. Hack's going to fall. Does not kill Torture. She does fall shortly after. Ophelia now charging in. Lodestone staying alive. Will this be a genocide? Yes, it will for Lion Esports Club. So Stay Green. They got plenty of kills themselves, but not enough in the end. A genocide for Lions, and now they'll even be further ahead despite even losing Ravener, Kraken, and Wretched Hag. You got Ophelia and Glacius going to make a little bit more of a push right here. Bottom and top and even mid lane are pushing in their favor right now. So Stay Green, again, not showing the sign of quitting just yet, but hey, that looks good initially in that fight, honestly. I mean, the Tempest Ultimate, even though it got canceled right away. But numbers in favor of Lions in the end, so they're going to fight, though. And
they are indeed going to fight. I'm trying to come together with words right here, Breaky, to put what we're seeing into words, and it's difficult. Lions up double the hero kills, up 20,000 golden experience, 24 minutes in right now. They've got all the map control. They're going to recover a Bound Eye. Never mind, Glacius is going to walk right by the Bound Eye. And they're just going to continue keeping that map control. Staying Green, I guess they're going to go for one more push, but they still do not have items. They just picked up a portal key on Lodestone, but outside of that, it's still just that pushback because I guess they got a kill on the Master of Arms over here.
Yeah, I happened to be watching that. That was just Ophelia saw him, Minotaur stun as he tried to TP out, and then Ravenous like, I got this. I'll clean it up. And that's basically what happened right there. So they're going to move towards the bottom lane, and yeah, going to get some good split pushing right here. The creeps from the top lane, they're going to push out bottom. There's still a secondary tower here as well as the middle lane for that matter, so at least Stay Green installs that going for the. Look at this Kraken, though, man. Speaking of armor, holy crap. 31 armor, 32 armor, basically, when the Abyssal Skull buff is also on him. That's with the Demonic Breastplate and the Barbed Armor on top of that. So, yeah, he is mitigating a good amount of damage. So, I honestly kind of look at that Barbed Armor a little bit, okay. But, you know, it is good against heroes like Torturer. especially. So I think that's maybe where he's coming from in the end, and that's more Magic focused anyway. So actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense with that barbed armor pickup. Meanwhile, up here in the middle lane, though, I'm trying to get to him. My mouse is freaking out. We see them chasing Torture and Tempest, kind of splitting up a little bit right here. Tempest going to go for the TP, and yes, he will be successful. So they get the middle tower kill. That's the first tower kill right there. They're second overall. I mean, 26 minutes in, Stagrin has 2 tower kills.
Wow. Morale victories right there, I guess. I mean, you're not really accomplishing too much with that, but you got to do what you got to do, and that's one way for Stay Green to at least try to keep themselves in this one.
Yeah,
their best of their abilities. But I mean, if Stay Green were to somehow come back in this game, Breaky, I would say it would probably be the biggest comeback I've ever seen. So just to put that in perspective, just how far behind they are. They're not out of this, though. There's only one Rax down here in favor of Lions. And Lions, I mean, their super late game isn't necessarily that strong. Ravener and Wretched Hack do pretty well, but I mean, Stay Green's late game is probably worse, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, going back to the comment there about Stay Green, I mean, yeah, this would be the biggest comeback, mainly because of who they're playing against, how Lions have just been playing this whole series, what is on the line here, being the grand finals of Cycle 4. And just, again, those records going into this of that streak that Stagrin has had now in these big tournaments as far as overall winning them, it's pretty impressive. So, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, it would be the biggest for that sense. But, yeah, Lion Esports Club, again, the numbers are just adding up to a point. Even Stay Green, as great as they are, as holding their ground and, persevering as I always like to go back to, and they've proven that many, many of times. This will be their toughest challenge by far even. So, it's but at the same time, exactly. There's always a chance for a comeback. The Big Tempest Ultimate, you never know. So we'll see. Lions Esports Club, though, and if they were kind of continuing to throw themselves at them, maybe a little bit more. But they are playing. They're just continuing to play so smart this game too, as far as their positioning. Picking and choosing the fights. I think that's paying off. Look, they're trying to bait with illusion, and it works out. They used a lot right there, and now Prisoner's like, wait a second, he gets caught. Release the Kraken. Down goes Prisoner. He has a buyback, which he'll probably use right away at this point. There we go, Ball Lightning. It is going to connect on a Tempest. Can they drop him? Yes, they can. Tempest goes down. No ultimate is going to be coming out, and Lions Esports Club probably just did it right there. Prisoner pulls him in. Down goes Lowstone, though. Prisoner and Torture just falling back to the well. Lions is on the verge of taking cycle number 4 here. GG, well played. That's going to do it. Lion Esports Club are your cycle number 4 champions as they take out Stay Green in 3 consecutive games. And they take the series 3 games to 1 here. Coming in for the losers bracket. What an upset.
I mean, holy crap, Ricky. Everybody knew it was possible. Yeah. Everybody has seen Lions here on the verge of greatness, really. But to actually do it, to actually be here with Stay Green finally losing, 7 cycles in a row they would have been if they had taken this one, and they are knocked down. Lions, I mean, you said it in the last game that they were playing better than you've ever seen them play. I think I gotta agree with you. They went full YOLO all night tonight and 3-0'd Stay Green. I believe that's the first ever 3-0 comeback in this situation here for HoN Tour. And I mean, damn, these guys are looking really good. If they kick Fuzi off this team, I'm gonna be like, what do you need, Lions?
What more do you need
out of your 5th?
Oh boy.
But oh my god, congratulations to them though, making them and their team very proud.
Yeah, with that said, guess who I got Hanskin here. I'm going to bring him on. We got to get the interview right away here, see how they're feeling. I'm sure they're feeling pretty damn good after that series as a whole. So Hanskin, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh man, Hanskin, what a series. You guys, first off, right off the bat, congratulations, man. 3-1 over Stay Green. Talk about this big. How are you feeling? What are your emotions like right now?
This is one of the best victories I've had, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of comparable to when we qualified to the grand finals of HoN Tour Season 1. So yeah, that's just one of the best.
That was the only thing I could think of with this event when it here was your match against QSQ in the playoffs. Like, that's the only time I've ever seen you guys playing even remotely this well. I mean, what's going on? Did you guys eat your Wheaties this morning or something?
I guess we knew that it was going to be really hard defeating SG and like going into the game with them being a game ahead and all that. And so we just we said, hey, let's let's just do our thing. Just go YOLO. You could say, I guess, and just pick the Ravener, pick the shit we like, and have fun with it, and it worked.
Okay, so pick the Ravener, pick the shit. So Ravener, so you guys have practiced this before, I take it. You practiced with the Ravener quite a bit.
To be honest, not in the mid lane. We played it a bit with Pewee as the farmer, but we just, I don't know, we played a lot of TMM and just wanted to give it a go, I guess. And we knew that like SG will.
I love you guys.
I know. You guys are amazing. Not only. Go ahead.
Oh my god, y'all just never played it in the middle lane there, like, and then you just bring it into the grand finals 3 games in a row. Like, sure, we'll get our practice in the grand finals. Like, no problem.
Game number 2 was very interesting, Hanskin. I want to get your perspective on that. Game number 2, the drafting stage. The bans happened. Prisoner was left open by Stay Green, but you chose not to pick up Prisoner. You instead valued the Engineer. Seems like you thought about it for a while, though. I mean, what was the conclusion there?
Basically, we realized that we had like the greatest success with Ravener in the first game, and we felt like the NG could have been stronger than the Prisoner in that situation, because NG Ravener seems like a pretty good goddamn good lane, and
yeah.
I don't know, it felt they picked Nymph as well. I think if they went for something more like an aggressive support, they could have done better, but I don't know, it worked out that game, I guess.
Yeah, it worked out. What, a 15-minute concede victory? Yeah, I think it worked out just fine for you guys. Yeah, that was an impressive game. The series overall, I mean, we could not stop complimenting you guys on, as he said, what did you do, take your Wheaties? I mean, something just, this was probably the best I've seen you play, and I think Beef maybe feels the same way. I'm sure a lot of people tuning in. Are things, what is your response? I mean, you as a player, do you feel like you guys are playing at your best right now?
Not entirely. I think we're just having the most fun right now, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we're just playing. We're playing as usual, but we're just going like we don't care if we lose. We know that we have a hard matchup and everything. We just go for it, and we just smash them, I guess.
See, that mentality, it seems like it can work like in a best of 1 a lot. Maybe some of the times where like you can maybe catch your opponent off guard, just have fun with it, not expect. But this was a freaking, you had to win 3 games in a row against Stay Green. I mean, the fact that you were able to pull it off and with that attitude, it's awesome. It's awesome to hear that you guys are, again, just having fun with it, because, hell, in the end, it is a game. So that's definitely
great. I guess we just caught them, on a bad day or made them tilt or whatever.
Hey, no, you guys were better than them today. Don't try to downrate your victory here.
But, yeah.
So. Game number 2, in the jungle, pre-game, Fuzi, like, you guys scout out everybody, and Fuzi there on Flux just runs straight at them, like, corners them into an area where they can't get out of, and then, like, he's like, okay, I'm about to die, but we're, like, what was the call there? Like, what is going on in Skype chat when you guys are calling for him to do that?
It was like, we basically said that he had a crushing clause. The build up, he had like 750 HP in the start, and we just said if they go for Fuzi, we will just crush them. Like, he won't never die. They had like 2 or 3 stuns and a hook, and even though Minots picked up the leech level 1, they couldn't kill him. I think maybe they killed him later, but we got like 2 or 3 kills out of it. And we just called for him, just go straight in and we'll trade, and it worked out.
Yeah, obviously it played a big deal right there, because it was very close in the end, but there was a couple of factors. Not only did you come at 2-1, but then Parasite was forced to level up his leech to get that kill. So, stuff like that can definitely prove to be very impactful as the game progresses on. We're actually watching the stream right now. The game had just finished on stream, and seeing chat. What is that like for you, Hanskin, as a player? Seeing the chat explode like that with the GG is like awesome stuff. And what do you have to say to your fan base, the people that enjoy watching you?
I'm getting a lot of whispers and stuff, but yeah, it's great seeing they're telling me they love us, they love our play style and the way we play, and that's great to hear. That's what we're aiming for, I guess. So
yeah.
Is the YOLO going to continue?
Yeah, for sure. Papa Bjorn would love that.
I'm telling you, he messaged me on Skype. He's like, the guys are going full YOLO tonight. Watch for it all night, full YOLO. And I'm like, all right, Bjorn, all right.
You know what?
And sure enough,
is Super KG year-round actually?
Yeah, it should be.
Let me see if I can get him on here as well. Let's see. I'm gonna give him a call here real quickly. We got to talk about this Ravener a little bit more. I mean, you're great in all hands, Skin, but a lot of people want to hear from the Ravener player himself.
Yeah,
and
KG
get
has
his
a lot
thoughts.
of fans.
We'll see. We'll see if he answers or not. But there
Hello?
we go. Super KGE.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing really good.
You're feeling good, I'm sure. We've been talking to Hanskin here. Of course, you know him. You guys obviously just coming off a victory, 3 games to 1 over Stay Green. We wanted to bring you on, though, as well, because as chat is showing, I mean, the people... Ravener, man. How fun was it playing Ravener?
The thing is, like, ever since the change with the ulti is superior, I've always said that he's really good, and I've always wanted to play him, and we played him, like, a few times in Scrim.
Yeah.
So I was really happy when we picked him. And then I played him 3 games in a row.
Exactly. I mean, it's one thing, you know, I was bringing it up at the cast. We see it from time to time. We see a random hero picked up, like a Bushwhack, a Grinix maybe. I mean, like in the past, like Rampage, Night, whatever. But it seems like they may do good one game, but not in a series, like, or that game just goes bad. You not only picked him out the first game and dominated, but all 3 games in the grand finals against Stay Green, you dominated with this hero. Is that a sign right there that this hero's OP and needs to be nerfed right away?
Probably. No. Don't nerf him. He's pretty bad in my opinion.
I just think he's just a fun hero, and you played him very well, which helps. So, how would you compare him to Prisoner?
I think this hero is like pretty more like burst. Prisoner is good against escape heroes. So I think both works, of course, and I think Prisoner is still broken.
Okay, so, well, speaking of that, obviously, Prisoner didn't seem like it went too well for Swinamel. Would you think that was just more of, honestly, maybe misplays by them, or do you just feel like your matchup against him wasn't favorable for a Prisoner, as odd as that sounds? But
Well, I think they still had the lane, but the thing is, in my opinion, Swindle is way too scared to hook. He's, like, really scared. So they're not really using the hero, in my opinion.
So you got to be more aggressive with the hooks.
Yes, of course.
Gotcha.
Even if you miss, it doesn't really matter. Just get a mana pot and hook again.
Well, especially with the Nymphora teammate, as we saw in that game number 2, yeah. Getting like grease to the Nymph constantly. So, what was Skype like for you guys? I mean, we got Hanskin out right away, but you guys, having fun in Skype, cheering and everything?
What'd you say?
Were you guys having fun in Skype, cheering?
Yeah, we were cheering a lot, really a lot.
We always do that, though.
Okay, well, what about after? So, were you guys after the second game? So you're up 2-1. Were you guys at a point where like we got this, or were you just still kind of playing your game? Like we'll see what happens.
I think we went from like we just do another YOLO game because that's what we call it every time we just pick like odd heroes and stuff.
Yeah.
So we just go YOLO.
What about you, Hanskin?
I guess I just kept telling my team, don't drop the pressure, just keep on going. And
So I guess from the sound of it, I mean you're the first team to beat Stay Green in what would you say be 7 months in a major tournament?
Yeah. The last time that they did not win a major tournament they participated in was Sound Blaster Heroes League Season 1 on March 12th.
And that was us too.
That was also Lions.
And we'll just point that out. Yeah, no, that's definitely a good point. So 7 months later, you guys get another big victory over them in the Cycle 4. So apparently, though, from what you're telling us, Hanskin, you just got to not really care. Just have fun, pick heroes that you want to play to beat Stay Green. Do you think it really just comes down to that, not trying to play their game, but just do your own thing?
Yeah, I really do. We talked about it a lot after the last loss against them, and I just feel like they're way too strong at like when they expect us to play what we want. We pick the same old shit every game, and Swindle, he's a good drafter and everything. He will just have a counter ready for it and work out that well. So when we pick these more like unorthodox heroes or whatever, we kind of get him caught off guard.
Yeah, well, it's caught off guard's one thing, man. In a one-game series, yeah, obviously, maybe, but in a 3-game series. But I think that is kind of part of it. People were kind of bringing that up in chat, and I do agree to an extent. As far as adjusting from Stay Green, I'll put it this way. Were you maybe surprised that they weren't adjusting to your strategy as much as you expected, especially by that third game, where they seemed like they were kind of still playing their game in the end? Were you expecting them to adjust more?
Not really. It's Stay Green. They will just. I think they're going into every game with the mentality that they have the best strategy. They have the best like team synergy and everything like that, and they will just win, even though no matter what probably. And that's what Swindle said earlier as well. That they will not like realize that they lose until they do.
Until it actually happens.
Yeah.
And here it happens again, a 7-month streak of major tournaments broken once again by you guys here. Now, again, not to downrate this victory by any means, because obviously it's an amazing victory, and you guys are feeling good for good reason. It is one cycle here in HoN Tour, so cycle number 4 belongs to you guys now as far as being the champions. There's still 6 more cycles to go, though. There's the SBHL, there's DreamHack. I mean, so I take it you guys are just going to keep going, right? You guys are just going to keep practicing and keep going here?
Yeah, of course. We're not going to stop. Then.
Is there?
Yeah, we're just. Yeah,
is there any of those events are you looking for more? HoN Tour, DreamHack, or SBHL? Those 3, which one are you looking forward to the most continuing on here?
I don't know actually. I think HoN Tour Grand Finals if we make it there.
Yeah.
I think we should in all honesty, but if we make it there, that would be insane.
Yeah.
And also DreamHack should be really fun as well because I've never been there as a player, but I've been there lots of times as a spectator. And
You haven't been there as a player, really?
No.
Okay.
I've been like in the finals for every qualifier in the
Nice.
past year or something.
Nice. Well, this time I'm sure you will be there, and we'll have fun watching you guys. So, Super KG, what about you? Anything, any of those tournaments you're really looking forward to the most, or?
It's of course going to the grand finals. That's like the main thing. But also, I've never been playing on DreamHack, so
Yeah.
I will really like to. I only played the Bayek before, so and then we made it to the semifinals, I think, but we lost, so it was.
Well, again, you guys will get another chance here, and I'm sure it will be a lot of fun for you guys. One last question. I mean, I got to bring it up again. I know in the podcast we brought it up, Hanskin, and you made the point that, well, wait, it's after the cycle now. I mean, you guys just won. Is there any updates? I mean, are you still just going to kind of play it by ear with the 5th? I mean, it got to get something here. Anything, or is it just more of a you're still going to wait things out here?
I think things are gonna be more clear soon. And
Okay.
we like playing with Fusi, so that's what I can say, I guess.
Yeah. No, I don't want to. I don't
Nice.
want to push you. I don't want to pressure you by any means. But yeah, it seems like Fuzi obviously doing great with you. And hell, you guys just beat Stay Green, cycle number 4. It seems like things are looking good as a team. But we're not obviously behind the scenes with you guys. So, Beef, any final questions from yourself?
I got no questions. I just kind of say Super KGE, great job all series along with the Ravener. You had one ball lightning in particular that interrupted a seismic slam that was about to kill 3 of your players. And I was like in the bottom in game number 2, and it was great. It was really fun to watch. I loved the series, guys. Can't wait to cast some more of your matches soon.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Mid wars after, please.
Yeah, sure.
As he yawns. Thanks, whatever. Just kidding. No, Lions, obviously, you
Wow,
guys
Ricky.
want to give you guys a chance to give your shout-outs here. Or Hanska, we'll start with you. Any shout-outs you want to make? Any final words?
No, just the same. Lions, Logitech, the team, Papa Björn. And also everyone's stream. It's probably only me and Super KG streaming the most, but make sure to follow them if you want to watch us play.
Yeah, you guys are pretty good at this game, so that would make sense. Super KG, any final words, any shout-outs?
It's pretty much the same ones, plus shout out to Ice Cube.
To Ice Cube, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll leave it at that. All right.
Like the rapper?
No.
No,
Are you friends
no.
with the rapper? Wow, you've been holding out on me.
All right, guys. I mean, I want to say shout out to you guys first. Obviously, I mean that was one of the more entertaining finals we've had in a lot. Not just because Stay Green lost. No, it's not just because of that, but the way you guys played, that was just so much fun. And I think, with where HoN is, as I was saying in the podcast, we've had our roller coasters up and down, up and down. I think we can definitely look back both at Cycle 3 and the way these finals were. Like, this is once again HoN coming back strong. Things are looking great right now. We're having a lot of fun. And clearly the players are also definitely stepping up their game as well. So I want to give a shout out to you guys, especially for not only winning, but playing the way you guys did to win. That was amazing, playing your own play style. So big shout out to that first off. So. Again, congratulations to both of you, Hanskin and Super KGE, and thank you for joining us in the post-game interview here after your final victory. So,
Thank you very much.
all right, take it easy, guys. Go celebrate.
See you later.
Yep. See ya.
See ya. All right, so there you go, guys. Obviously, Hanskin and Super KGE of Line Esports Club joining us here on the the show, whatever, here on the cast, and again, it's awesome. It really is awesome to hear their both the reaction and, again, just the way they both approach the match and then after. It's just like, it is a game in the end. I mean, sometimes it seems like people forget that. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a game in the end. You got to have fun with it. And Lion Esports Club not only had a lot of fun playing the game itself, but had a lot of fun winning as well. So it's good to hear.
Completely agree with you there, Breaky. I mean, they've been around for so long. They deserve to win. This is their first ever major win in a tournament. Like, they've never taken first place in anything other than the HoN Invitational and a couple of Ultimate Series. And this is the first major for them. So looking forward to seeing more. And the boys are all grown up here, Breaky. I'm getting a little bit teary-eyed, man. But a hell of a match right there. Thank you very much for having me on, as always. I think I'm going to go try to play some celebratory midways with the Lions guys.
All right, sounds good. With that said, guys, obviously things are going to be wrapping up here on the cast. Again, Lion Esports Club, they are your cycle number 4 champions here for season number 2. So the first 3 go to Stay Green. This 4th one, not to Stay Green. Lion Esports Club, and again, they were also really close to even taking the 3rd one. Obviously, with the comeback, though, from Stay Green to take that one themselves. But anyways, congratulations to Lions once again. I don't believe I don't know. I'm probably not going to be streaming here later today, so an update on that real quickly. So tomorrow, definitely check me out tomorrow. As usually, I always am on Tuesdays lately, so twitch.tv/BreakyCPK. Have some fun with mid-wars and whatnot, do giveaways. But today, I do got some other things I got to take care of. So had fun as always, Beef. Thank you for co-casting. And cycle number 4, officially in the books. So until next time, with that said, I mean, as far as coverage continuing, you mentioned you're going to be coming back on Wednesday with the Sound Blaster Heroes League. HoNcast going to be here on Thursday, starting with that. And then into the weekend we go, and then it all recycles. It's just so much content coming up here.
Never stops, Breaky, and that's where we like it.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. We'll see you next time. Congrats, Lion Esports Club.